Hey everybody, what is up? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What I want to talk about today is guns, ecos, scopes, amps, enhancers, and all that stuff, and why you should not be using them. Okay, so let's get some of these basics out of the way, right? First off, you need a gun, right? You want your gun to be at least something that's in 100% skill progress. That's when you're getting like bonus skills and everything like that. If the learning period says not anymore, that means you're maxed out your max eco, but you're not getting a skill boost. So you've got to decide whether the skills you're getting are worth it. Skills are worth PEDs. Keep that in mind. We're going to be going over that later. So next up, you've got to realize efficiency. Mindark recently said efficiency is everything when it comes to loot. That's this number right up here. So the more you can increase your efficiency, the better off you are, in theory. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, so what does this all mean? Okay, first off, you've got amps. That would be these things, like the A203. If you look at that efficiency number here, what is that? 84.4%. That is insane. Here's a lesser amp, still 83% efficiency. We can jump down to these down here. I do have a lot of amps, I know. This is an A103. You get 83.1% efficiency, which pretty much means if you take one of these, let's take this one because this was a beastly one, drop it on this gun, now you check the efficiency, it went up at 68.1%, which is good. It means you're doing better. Notice you're using more ammo, but you also are doing more damage. Now keep in mind though, an amp can only do half of your damage, right? So if you've got a gun that does 2 damage, an amp can only add 1 damage to it, which means, take a look at this, you want to make sure that your amp does half or less of the damage that your gun does, right? So if you're good, so for this one, you'd want a gun that does at least 14 damage. If you look at the amp that I'm using, let's check these stats out. An A203, it's doing 15 damage, right? So my gun needs to do at least 15 damage. Let's unequip this and see what happens. Now you can see the original stats, and it's doing more than 15 damage. So this amp is good to go. We can add it on. Cool. Perfect. Next topic. We're going to talk about scopes, lasers, all of that. I don't have one, so let's just go to the auction and we'll talk about those. So first off, what are scopes and lasers? Those are things that you can attach to your guns, and they're going to help you with aim. Usually they give you a little bit more feedback. They can help you zoom in. They give you a bit more range. You're going to see what I mean in just a second. And amps apply to guns, melee, anything really. Scopes are more of a gun thing only. So here you go. You've got a laser sight, right? Let's check this out. This is just a random one. I'm not endorsing it in any way. You see it gives you a bit of a skill bonus. And, oh, actually, maybe they don't do any sight stuff anymore. I think they still do if you buy one. But they basically give you a skill bonus, and they do increase efficiency, okay? So, if you look at this gun, my efficiency is 68.1%. That amp did 75% efficiency, which means in theory, if I add that amp to my gun becomes more efficient, which means I should be getting more back in loot. It sort of depends on how you believe the loot pool works and everything like that. I don't know where I fall on this. There's got to be some testing. I want to hear what you guys think about this one. Personally, I don't use scopes. I don't use lasers. Lasers and scopes work about the same way. They make it a little bit easier to zoom. I think some of them give you a bit more range, and they give you more skills. But they are pretty efficient if you look at this. 60% don't use that because this gun's running, again, higher, right? Let's tack that up here, right? That's going to make it easier. So now this won't go away. 68.1, so like if the scope's only doing 60%, easy thing, you don't want it, right? But if it's doing 70%, adding it to this gun makes this gun more efficient, so the scope might be worth it. You can see this one also magnifies it. The laser sights don't, the scopes do, so you can zoom in a bit. great with a sniper rifle and everything like that, but I think the skill bonus is mostly what we care about. And you can see right here, 14%, 1.8. I mean, I don't know. This is a hard one because it really depends on how you think the loophole works. And a lot of people, they do rely on this efficiency number. So I think a lot of people are going to say that you should be buying laser sights and scopes if you can bump up your efficiency. Check the comments and find out. Next up, okay? And this is a little bit of an interesting one. You get these things right here, right? These are lock sockets that you can unlock as your gun levels up. If you have a gun like this, they're going to naturally unlock sockets as you go. Check it out. I think this one has, yeah. So this has an unlocked socket, which means I can theoretically buy an enhancer, drop it in here, and my gun gets enhanced. That's good news, right? Good news. You always want that unlocked. Okay, if you have a gun that is unlimited, do I have any with me? I do not. Let's just use armor for this case. If you have an armor that's unlimited, which I do, to unlock one of these, you need to upgrade your gun or tier your armor. This costs a lot of money. I don't believe in doing this. I think it's a waste of time. Not time. It's just a waste of money. I would not recommend upgrading tiers on any unL items. If it's L though, they're just going to happen to unlock in this nice way. So, do you want to use enhancers? Let's go check these out, because enhancers, what they do is they boost the efficiency. They're not efficiency. They boost the damage and all that you're doing. So for weapons, you've got damage enhancers. Let's take a look at this. Increases damage, energy burn, and deterioration. So if you put this on a gun, it's going to do more damage, and that's good, right? But the thing is, look at this percentage. It's 450%. It doesn't make your gun more eco or anything like that, I don't think. And because of that markup, there is no way it's worth it unless you're going for some big level mobs, you're hunting something big and you need that extra power. Honestly, I do not recommend anyone get these. If you're a high level player, it can be worth it. If you're not though, don't bother with it. It's a waste of time. Don't bother with enhancers. And mining is the same way, right? You have depth finders, you can increase your depth and all sorts of cool stuff like this. I'm not even supposed to be talking about mining, but I just got into it somehow. And it increases search depth, which is good. But again, look at that markup. This one is not as bad, but when you're paying the higher the markup, the less it's worth it. So, I mean, use these at your own risk, people. You can play around with them if you want to hunt something big and you don't mind losing money. Maybe it's worth doing, but look at that percentage. Look at that markup. You're paying a lot for it. Obviously, it's worth it to some players, but for a new player, for someone watching this video who doesn't exactly know what they're doing, it's probably not worth it. Some of you guys down below comment if you're using these and how you use them and what you'd recommend, because I've never used weapon damage enhancers. I've never used enhancers. I think that the markup's too high on them. But let me know what you guys think, because I really want to hear it. Okay? So there you guys go. You've got it. Guns, amps, everything like that. Basically, you want to increase the efficiency, and with scopes, they might be worth it now. They really might. Because I think efficiency is just telling you how likely you are to get your profit back, and if scope can bump that efficiency up, it might be worth it. I don't know though. I don't know. And if you look, mine's not the best combo. You're going to find people out there with way better efficiencies than me. They're the ones you want to listen to. They're the builds that you want to sort of follow. Okay? And that's that. That's basically guns, amps, melee, scope, and all that gone over in Entropia Universe. It's pretty easy. We can do, next up, we're probably going to do like armor. We can go into medical stuff. And I can just make sort of a series like this if you guys like it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, peace. One sec. I just realized I want to show you too, just so you guys know. Like for amps, you can buy these for BLP and for melee. So if that's why I said like melee it works too, because you can buy amplifiers for melee. Again, when you're paying a markup like this, it might or might not be worth it depending on the markup. In this case, it's probably not worth it. Look at that markup, it's 1,000%. So watch that. If you're getting it on L, then you don't care as much about the markup because it can pay for itself. Like an A101 generally pays for itself in something like 30,000 shots, which doesn't sound like much, but it does sound like a lot, but it's not as much as you think because you can keep bumping that to guns from gun to gun to gun. But look at this, 76.7%, pretty good. And this is on L. I don't know if I'd recommend this. Like you guys have to look. You guys have to find the best amp for you, the best amp to really help increase it. And remember that damage thing, right? It has to do less than half the damage that your gun does. You need to make sure of that because if it doesn't, you are wasting money no matter how efficient that amp is. It could be 110% efficient. If it's doing 1,000 damage, you're losing money because you're paying for 500 damage and your gun might only be getting 20 out of that amp. So remember that. Remember that. Pay attention to that. And this is interesting. You've got life steal, so you've got a few little things that you can work with here. That means you're going to be getting some health back, I believe, or something like that. I don't know exactly what life steal does, but you can see there's a lot of like little modifiers, little things to pay attention to. But generally, if you want to play it on easy mode, go with that efficiency. And again, look below in the comments about the laser sights and the scopes. Probably, I might actually change it up and start using them just to see if I can sort of up my returns. Because they're looking, with the efficiency and the way the new Loot 2.0 works, I think they might be worth it. Anyways, sorry about that false exit there, guys. I just thought of something that I had to go over. So, anyways, hope you guys liked the video. And until next time, peace. I'm gone this time.